People often ask for the secret formula behind the most legendary arms in bodybuilding history. Lee Priest credits his development to punishing high-volume work, rendering the search for magic supplements or secret tricks irrelevant. By the end of this video, you will have the exact step-by-step blueprint to execute his 2-hour, 20-set gauntlet. To attempt this, you must have access to a fully equipped commercial gym, a dedicated 2-hour time block, and an intermediate to advanced lifting background. This routine follows 3 mandatory rules: a minimum of 20 sets, back-to-back supersets, and absolute strict form. Surviving this blueprint requires you to abandon comfortable training rhythms in favor of relentless intensity. The warm-up phase begins with Superset 1, 12 reps of overhead cable curls, paired directly with 15 reps of rope triceps pushdowns. Success here depends on psychological focus. Block out the gym noise and picture a mountaintop as you force a hard squeeze at every contraction point. The entire workout relies on a single demand. You must move from the biceps exercise to the triceps exercise with 0 rest. Once the joints are warm, transition to Superset 2, heavy incline dumbbell curls followed by cable triceps pushdowns. On these basic movements, drop the rep range to 6 to 8 per set to focus on building mass. As the diagram shows, the incline bench angle prevents you from using momentum. It locks the elbows in place and forces the arms to do 100% of the work. Pairing an isolation warm-up with these heavy, momentum-free lifts drives maximum blood volume into the muscle before systemic fatigue can set in. Superset 3 introduces machine preacher curls and hammer-strength triceps extensions. On the preacher curls, maintain a slow, controlled negative tempo. Allow your arms to stretch fully at the bottom of the pad on every rep. On the triceps extensions, stop the return movement just before the weight plates touch the stack. This graph illustrates the effect of constant tension. Letting the weight stack rest drops the tension to 0, but keeping the plates separated maintains the load for the entire set. That principle carries into Superset 4, easy bar curls paired with high pulley overhead triceps extensions. The easy bar curl requires a punishing 4 to 5 second descent on every single rep to maximize muscle breakdown. Rack the bar and move immediately to the cable crossover machine for 20+ reps of overhead extensions to target the long head of the triceps. On the final burning reps, Lee allows for a slight lean back to add stress to the muscle, provided you aren't using swinging momentum to make the lift easier. Deploying constant tension and slow eccentrics this deep into the session targets muscle fibers that are already exhausted and vulnerable to micro tears. The final arm block is Superset 5, alternating dumbbell hammer curls and single-arm overhead dumbbell triceps extensions. The neutral grip of the hammer curl specifically targets the brachialis, adding overall thickness to the arm profile. For the single arm extension, prioritize the stretch by lowering the dumbbell as far behind your head as possible. By this set, the influx of blood should create an intense, painful pump, making the skin feel like it is physically stretching. The workout concludes with the final mandatory phase, a forearm protocol consisting of dumbbell wrist curls. As his training rules specify, Lee requires you to hit the forearms with insanely high reps, performing anywhere from 25 up to 100 per set. Because forearms are utilized constantly in daily life, standard low rep ranges are insufficient to trigger new growth. Skipping this finisher ruins arm symmetry. Extreme, shock-inducing reps are the only way to build lower arms that match massive biceps. If you made it through the forearm gauntlet, you have completed the ultimate Lee Priest arm day. The immediate result of this routine is undeniable. Your arms will be completely heavy and swollen with blood. Before you leave the gym, remember Lee's final warning. Muscle adaptation is the enemy of growth. The next time you run this blueprint, you must scramble the order of the exercises so your body cannot predict the stress. Elite genetics play a role, but it is the refusal to let the body adapt, combined with 2 hours of relentless punishment, that truly builds history-making arms.